Hi, I'm Dr. Tom Hanson of yipsbegone.com, and today's question is about me. It's about my background, like what makes me a yips expert, a baseball throwing problem expert, a golfing yips, a putting yips um, expert, tennis, music, all kinds of things that I've worked with that have where people have this kind of extreme performance anxiety. Well, I've just worked with it a lot. I mean, I used to not be able to help people with it. Back when I worked with the Yankees, I was I was firsthand able to watch Chuck Knobloch, second baseman, who went through quite a famous case of the yips, knocked him out of the game. I did not ever try to help him, and I'm certain that I could not have helped him at the time. I mean, I was pretty good. I'd written a very popular book, Heads Up Baseball, with Ken Ravizza, and was working with the Yankees, so I had to be pretty good to get hired there. But had I even had the chance, I mean, I've made myself available, but he was working with someone else at the time, but I could not have helped him. All I could have done then was provide hospice, baseball, well, athletic hospice, which would mean just help him feel better while his career ended. And the and the Yankees thing didn't work out overall for me, in part because although there are a lot of situational things that were very challenging, had I been able to help people a tremendous amount super fast, things would have gone differently for Knobloch and everyone else. And so I started a few years later. I'm a very cutting edge type of guy, chronic learner, always looking, virtually always outside of sport for the next thing, for a cutting edge thing. And I'm trying all kinds of things. And I found one thing called tapping that seemed to help a lot of people, but I thought it was, I did a seminar on it on the phone, and I thought it was really stupid. And there was no way that that would work. Certainly not work for me. There's no way that could work for me. All the women on the phone, yeah, they were saying it was great, but not for me. Well, 3 years go by, and I find a guy who says he does this, and I said, well, I tried it and it doesn't work. And he said, then you haven't tried it. He really got in my face, and so I tried it and had some really profound effects pretty quickly. And the thing about it is it's a great tool, and it's very helpful. And what I found is you really need to, for the yips, normally for the yips, you have to be pretty skilled with it. It's sort of like, and there's different level, any tool, like my computer here, it's like, well, I have a basic level of understanding, but I hire a guy to come in and do the bigger issues. When something is really wrong, I come in, he knows what keys to push and when. I push keys. I push keys at different times. Why can't I fix my computer? Well, he has a knowledge and an experience that I don't have, an understanding of how it all works and where to go and when. And so what's happened now, as I've worked with people with the throwing problem or the golfing or other areas, but just the yips generally, I just get better and better and better and better. And then I get stuck. And when I get stuck, then I find it's like search new ways to why am I stuck here? What's the deal? And so then I crack that one. It's like, oh, but then I'll get stuck again. And then I'll crack that one. So as you do that more and more, you of course get good. Anything that you do over and over, you get good at. And now I'm doing 4, 5, 6, 7. I looked at my calendar tomorrow. I'm working with 7 people, all with the same issue. And so you do that for 5 or 6 years, and you get pretty good at it. So that is for me the ongoing quest for cutting edge, that there's got to be something better out there. I mean, most mental game guys, sports psychologists are stuck with, hey, visualize, set goals, take a breath, do a routine. It's fantastic stuff, and I use it every day. But that's what I consider level 2 sports psychology, where I do level 3, where one, I measure things, and I have a profile that assesses things, but more so it's dealing with things from a bigger picture, from an energy standpoint, with just a better, bigger model for what's actually happening. It's like I talk about in my book, Play Big, how this guy Semmelweis, a 19th century physician, couldn't figure out why all these people were dying that he was working on. And what he didn't know about, to make a long story short, was germs. He was contaminating them with a scalpel that he used on a dead guy and to put it on a living guy. Well, a 3-year-old would know to not do that now, but at the time, the smartest guy in the room didn't. And that's what I find happens with the Yips is that people, even for sure, people in my own field, but well, or also people in my own field, but for sure, a coach who doesn't have training expertise in the mental game has other things that he's or she has got expertise in. Get really good at that, and this is what I have gotten really good at, and so that's why I'm an expert. And I'm very comfortable saying that I'm really good at it, and I'm not unbeatable. I can't make guarantee, oh, in one session you'll be fine. In fact, you can't get one session with me because you won't be fine in that. But I do have a very effective process. I'm very good at it, and I am hoping that I'll be able to help you. So check out Yips Be Gone if you're not here already, and get some support in whatever form you might like. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.